Well, would you look at that? Today, I have the SPB299 Save the Ocean Special Edition. And yes, I did save the best for last. Earlier, we looked at the Glacier White Willard version and the dark blue 63 MAS. But this one, man, that baby ocean blue with that sunray dial and the texture on top of that sunray is a feast for the eyes. It plays with the light so well. It shimmers and it will have a dynamic look in your house, outside, in the car. It's phenomenal. I'm a big fan of what Seiko has done with these special editions, combining a sunray effect with a textured effect. 100% a home run. But the dive watch market is saturated and fierce. Coming in at $1,250 USD, has Seiko done enough? Competition, I'm thinking, well, we got a ton of competition from 500 to 1,000 from the micro brand market. Hamilton has the khaki navy scuba at $995, Tissot Seastar 1000, $725, Yema Superman 500 with their newly engineered case, and in-house movement coming in at $1190. That will be on the channel. Hopefully next month we will check out all the improvements. The Marinemaster 200 is a lot cheaper than the Longines Hydro Conquest and the Oris Aquis, which are priced right around the 2K mark. So the Seiko almost in no man's land. Let me know what you think is the #1 competition for this watch under that $1,500 mark. Now, something you're not getting with the khaki navy or the Seastar is this amazing case finishing. Beautiful, high polished, deep beveled edge that sparkles like a jewel, brushed on the top with a thin line dissecting that case in half. It's a phenomenal look, signature Seiko, and this one really hugs the wrist. Probably the most comfortable Seiko Pro Diver I have ever worn. The bezel is coin edge, unidirectional 120 click with a stainless steel insert that's coated in black titanium carbon. This one is actually blue, and when it hits the light, you can really see that color pop. It's a beautiful effect that we saw earlier on the SPB213 63 MAS. Now, speaking of the bezel, let's have a listen. The bezel will settle back, but that's not really play. That's just how it is designed. And it's that typical dampened, soft, clicky feel that we've been accustomed to with all Seikos. The screw down crown is unsigned 6.4 millimeters, and it does give this watch 200 meters of ISO wet tested pro diver status. Speaking of ISO, we do have the much hated loom pip in the chapter ring for those ISO requirements. Now let's do the dimensions. I got 42 millimeters in diameter. We have a thickness of 13 millimeters. We got drilled lugs for easy strap changes and a lug to lug of 48.6. The bracelet 20 down to 18. Oyster style with flat, sharp mid links. We do have 4 micro adjust and a signed fold over twin button release and a milled clasp with dive extension. The bracelet and the case are coated with Seiko's DiaShield super hard coating to help minimize scratches and improve durability. The hands have contrasting finishing, half brushed, half polished, beautifully done. Big fan of it. And the iconic red stoplight seconds hand is now a blue stoplight. So there is no such thing as a blue stoplight, so maybe we need a new name. I love that all the text on the dial is in black. The way it contrasts with the blue dial is great. The weight with all the links, 185 grams. This thing feels substantial. If you love a heavy watch, you're gonna love this. Okay, there's a loom, very powerful Seiko Lumabrite, even though it is only thinly applied on top of those round pressed indices. Powering the watch is the controversial 6R35 21.6 VPH low beat, 24 joules hack hand wind automatic, 70 hours of power reserve. Now let's look at that rate. No error, very nice. 258 amplitude, pretty good. +2, -2, 0. Let's do one more round. And the fourth and final round, 4. Oh, all right. Okay, so we did pretty good dial up. So let's see 12 down. How is this watch actually gonna perform when you wear it? These are the main 2 positions, and whoa, it looks like it's plummeting. Amplitude did take a deep dive, 216. The beat error went up 0.1, which is very good, but look at the rate. 0, -8, -22, and that's why this movement is hated. Look at that variance. Damn. All right, -15, it is settling. And I believe it's gonna stay around there. Let's give it a couple more rounds. Amplitude did take a big drop, and that's probably why. We were at what, 268 dial up? Yeah, 211 now. All right, and the 8th and final round, -15. On the wrist, it's gonna perform roughly -11. All right. Well, this channel has been accused of cherry picking movements, but now we got 2 in a row. Well, I don't know when this video is gonna go live, but the last one we did was the 8KX, and that movement was terrible. My watch, no longer my watch. And here, another one. We might have a bad batch going around. I know a lot of people, friends on Instagram from around the world that purchased the 8KX, and they also have movement issues. So maybe there's a bad batch going around. I don't know. Let me be clear, the movement is based on an economical Daini movement from the 70s, but it doesn't mean it's a bad movement. The only thing bad is the oiling and the QC. It needs to be oiled properly and regulated, and then it can be very consistent. But Seiko's not doing that, so it's a bummer for sure. No one wants to take their new watch to their watchmaker and have them strip it and re-oil it. Maybe have a donor movement. If there's a problem with the 4th wheel, switch it out. Like, you do that on an old watch. You don't do that on a new watch. So with the competition, the Yema, the khaki navy, the Sea Star, they're cheaper and you're getting a better movement, but you're not getting this fantastic case and beautiful dial. So there's definitely trade-offs. And if this does perform -10 seconds a day, is that so bad? Am I being picky? It's an interesting conversation. And guys, if you're still here, please remember to subscribe and maybe check out the videos on the right of your screen right now. And I'll see you in the next one.